Judge Judy isn't always funny. Sometimes the courtroom gets genuinely terrifying.
Mr. Alsop, you rented a room in the defendant's house.
Yes, ma'am.
You were finishing a semester in school, and the house turned out to be...
First of all, this case is actually terrifying. Like, pause the video, but keep holding your breath.
Not what I expected.
Exactly not what you expected, but not in a way that might be considered tolerable.
She thought she was renting a room. Sounds normal, right?
And that culminated in a murder that took place in the house, which was committed by one tenant against another, Mr. Walhouse, after you rented a room, according to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Separated, put a bookshelf in the kitchen.
And instead, she ends up witnessing something no one should ever see.
Separating the kitchen so that these two men could live in the house as roommates.
You can literally feel the mood in the courtroom drop.
Who killed his cubby mate that caused you ultimately to move.
Yes, ma'am.
This isn't tea anymore. This is a trauma bond case, and Judge Judy didn't expect it at all.
To your deposit back? You understand that? You understand that? You can't run a crazy house. You may be able to rent rooms, but you can't run a crazy house.
This living situation alone is already a red flag, my friends.
You cannot cut a room in half, a kitchen, which is a communal room, move in a cot and let people sleep there. You can't do that.
Respectfully, Your Honor.
Overcrowded, chaotic, and unsafe all in one case.
Kitchen. It was a portion of the living room, and it was not a bookshelf. It was a wall. We built a wall.
I don't care what you built. I don't care if you built another Berlin Wall.
And then everything just spirals into something horrifying.
If what you're trying to do is stuff as many people in your house as possible to make your mortgage, and that was not what this tenant bargained for, she had a right to.
But we know how clever Judge Judy is. She doesn't rush, which makes it even more interesting.
To move out, especially when she says you also had someone living on the property in a trailer.
Yes.
And when you had the most people in the house.
Because when someone goes through something like that, you don't need theatrics. You need clarity.
How many people live there?
6.
How many bedrooms are there?
There are 7.
7 bedrooms.
Yes. It's a very large house.
Do
it's
you
a 3-story house.
Do you occupy one?
No.
And you can tell she's not just judging a case here. She's drawing a hard line.
Occupy one?
No.
You don't live there at all?
No.
Even better. Now, she's entitled to her $420 deposit back, and she doesn't have to live in a house where people are murdered. But I don't understand your lawsuit for $5,000. Do you understand?
Yes.
Especially since you have no witnesses here.
Yes, ma'am.
No one should ever be expected to stay in a place where something that terrifying happened. Full stop.
Do understand.
Okay.
I've been diagnosed with PTSD since the incident.
What you have to do, if that's what you want, is you have to have an expert witness.
Yes, ma'am.
Which you don't have.
I have a diagnosis and my therapy bills.
Okay. You lived there for a relatively short time.
Yes, ma'am.
The room knows it, the audience knows it, and we know that it was all quite unsettling.
How long?
Less than a month.
And where had you lived right before that?
With my parents.
So at any time during the course of this, you could have gone home.
I mean, I did as soon as it was over, but my parents wanted me to deal with it on my own.
So you would have difficulty at home. I got it. You don't have to go any further. You have to give her $840 back. Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done.
But hold on, because the next moment is somehow even more terrifying.
Your name is?
Caitlin.
Caitlin. Would you take Caitlin out?
Sure, absolutely. Come with me.
Thank you.
Okay, Judge Judy immediately clocks this. You can tell this is about to go from court case to parenting lecture really quickly.
There you are.
You're Haley?
Haley.
Stand up, please.
Judge Judy isn't yelling. She's just processing, which is somehow scarier.
That adorable little child is your daughter. She has a terrible scar on her face, and that scar on her face is a result of being bitten by a dog that belongs to Mr. Chin.
The facts start stacking up, and it's already giving absolutely no.
Haley is Caitlin's half-sister.
Yes.
Is she your daughter?
My
A stepdaughter. She doesn't live with you.
No, ma'am.
You were living with Mr. Chin?
Yes.
Hold on, this was her first time staying over? That's a red flag parade.
Who is 17?
Yeah.
You're 19.
Yes.
Was Mr. Chin living with his mother?
No, he was living with me
Just you.
and my roommate.
This already sounds like a group chat decision that should have stayed a thought.
Times had your little sister come to spend time with you.
That was her first time.
And when you spoke to your stepmom about it, how long was she supposed to stay with you?
Judge Judy's face says, "You sent a 6-year-old into what?"
The dog.
Yes.
Did you tell her what kind?
Yes.
You told her that Austin had just gotten a pit bull.
Yes.
And so your stepmother knew the following.
Now the stories don't match, and Judge Judy hates two things: lying and excuses.
And this is what you knew. You knew that you were sending your 6-year-old child to a house that was occupied by a 17, 18, and 19-year-old.
This back and forth is painful. Everyone's saying, "I didn't know," but someone definitely didn't ask.
With a brand new pit bull when you let your daughter go there for the weekend.
She did not disclose to me there was a pit bull there.
So your stepdaughter is lying to me. Is that what you're, just a second. So you didn't know there was a dog there.
I knew there was a dog because Austin had prior gotten rid of the dog.
More people living there. At this rate, it's less a house and more a free-for-all.
But I did not know he had gotten it back.
Did you know that there was a dog there? Without knowing what kind, did you know there was a dog there?
No, I knew Maya was there, which is my stepson's husky.
And that line lands heavy, because that scar is permanent.
In any event, because of all of your irresponsibility, and that includes you, that 6-year-old has a terrible scar on her face.
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, you have nothing to do
Judge Judy removes the extra voices immediately. Hats off to her.
with this, so you can sit down.
Thank you.
She doesn't live with them.
Well, he's a minor, so I did
Who
not
cares?
know.
That's
at
right.
work.
That's why you don't send your 6-year-old.
No one else is responsible. Oof. That sentence alone ends arguments.
To stay with a minor who has a dog, and you knew he had a pit bull before. Now your stepdaughter says you knew that the dog was back. You can't blame somebody else. That's your.
And now comes the part nobody wants to hear. The blame doesn't get passed around.
You're supposed to watch your daughter, not a 17-year-old, not a 19-year-old. You're supposed to watch her. That's why I asked her to leave, because I read this case and I said, you know what? He's an idiot for getting a pit bull.
This isn't about who owned the dog. It's about who failed to protect a child.
A pit bull. You're an idiot for taking your little sister there with him and a pit bull. But bottom line is, the 6-year-old is your responsibility. Yours. You can't blame anybody else.
Judge Judy asks where it happened. And suddenly, silence again.
You can't blame anybody else for the scar on that child's face. That's your fault. Now, in what room did it happen where Caitlin was bitten by the dog?
It happened in my room.
She wasn't even in the same room? That explanation just fell apart.
Where were you?
My bedroom with my brother.
Why weren't you watching your sister?
I didn't think anything was going to happen.
You should have stopped with, I didn't think.
Judge Judy laughs, but not because it's funny.
Nobody is responsible for that child's bite except you.
I just did not know the dog was back.
Just a second. That's up to you to find out.
That laugh says, that's the problem.
Year-old, go someplace where they're out of your control. If I were a reasonable person, would I let my 6-year-old go to a house which was occupied?
And now, she flips it. What would a reasonable parent do?
17, an 18, and a 19-year-old, and one husky. Would I think about doing that? Maybe for an hour. For a weekend? What was so important?
She just wanted to go. Haley had asked for Caitlin, so I said it was okay.
Did you go over to the house?
I had been there before, and there was
Nothing
The excuses keep coming. But Judge Judy is already done listening.
There's a husky there, and I know that she's an idiot who doesn't think. Why would I do that? Why would I,
just had
without
been there a
going?
month before.
Your case is dismissed.
Okay.
The child's scar is on you.
That scar didn't just end the case, it ended every excuse in that courtroom. And be honest, how did anyone think this would end any other way? Let us know your views in the comments below.